Okay guys, this is attempt 2 on trying to find the best USB-C hub for the new iPad Pro. Now if you watch my other video, I think it was Rayro, it wasn't very secure with the case. The second one was the transfer speeds out of the SD cards was horrible. So we're going to try this one, see how it works out. Unfortunately, one of the shortcomings of this device is my own fault. I messed up when I purchased this. Is I have a few minimum requirements. One is it has to have power delivery to charge the iPad when the hub is in use. I thought this one had it, but it doesn't. So that's a big strike. No fault on this device itself, but that's on me. Now this one has an HDMI on the bottom. It's got three, not one, not two, but three USB 3.0 ports, SD card, and a micro SD card reader. This is like a dongle base, meaning that you can just attach it, and good and bad. The good is it has a very positive connection. The bad is you got a bunch of stuff hanging off of your iPad, but you kind of do anyway if you have external SSD drives. So it's not a preference, but let's go ahead and do some speed tests to see where we're at now. The other one was about 3 times slower than this Anker SD card reader. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. One of the things I know right off the bat that I noticed is it's just, I don't have to unplug it. Now the other one I kept on having to unplug just because it wasn't very secure, and it was just a better connection if I unplugged it, attached whatever peripheral, then plugged it back in. This, much more secure. I'm going to go ahead and put my SD card in. I want to see what kind of timing we get off of the SD card. So we're going to do the SD card, and then we'll go ahead and do a straight transfer test to the device itself. And I did test that. This one seemed a little slower. Now the other one, the Rayro, I didn't have any performance degradation transfer in the SanDisk through the USB-C hub versus directly. Where this one, the initial findings is it was slower, but let's find out. This should have loaded. It did. I'm going to go ahead and copy this on my iPad. I'm going to paste it. And just like the other ones, there's this delay, there's lag, and I think it's writing it to the cache on the iPad somehow, but it takes like a minute and a half, and then it'll let me paste it. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing, but I'm getting this with pretty much every device that I'm copying files from to my iPad. So we'll give it a few seconds here. So when I first start doing this, I actually thought my iPad was frozen, and I like reboot it, but it's doing something in the background. And maybe if I reboot it, it'll make it better. I don't know. I just know that if I give it some time, it comes up. I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit. All right, should be good. This might have hung up. It's been quite a long time already. Oh, there we go. Go figure, guys. Let's go ahead and test this. I am going to say keep both. So my goal is to get this to about 35 seconds because that is the benchmark for the Anker. Faster would be best, but since this one is actually slower in my initial testing of just a normal SSD card port, I'm thinking this might even be slower than the Ravro, the one I tested prior. Yep, we're at a minute 40. The other one was about a minute and a half, minute or 95 at the most. We're at almost 2 minutes now for this. Wow. Crazy. So this proves, guys, just because it has an SD card reader doesn't mean it's usable. At least if you're trying to transfer large files. 2 minutes. 2 minutes 15 coming up on. Wow. There. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So again, 35 seconds. The Ravro, the one the USB-C hub that I tested before, was about 95 seconds, so a minute and a half. This one was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's horrible, horrible. I'm not even going to bother testing the micro. It should be the similar, or if not exactly the same, because the protocols are usually the same between the micro and standard SD slot. What I am going to do is I'm going to, oh, this one's getting kind of warm already. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this. Actually, I'll leave it plugged. And I'm going to transfer a file from my SanDisk to the hard drive of my iPad. And natively, I'm getting about 400 megabits a second. It takes about 6 seconds, 6 to 7, 6.5, to transfer the same file from the SSD to the hard drive. So let's go ahead and test that now. Extreme SSD. I'm going to select that same file, copy it. The wait game. Here we go. That didn't take that long as far as waiting. It might have something to do with the speed of that drive. So I haven't noticed that problem. I better get ready here. So yeah, 12 seconds. So it's about twice as long, or half the speed of connecting it directly. So let me do the math here. If I do, it's about 2,600 megabytes divided by, let's say, 6. So again, 433, 450 is anywhere from 4 to 450 is what I've been getting natively connecting the SanDisk directly to the USB-C port. And this would be divided by, I think I said, was it 12 seconds? Half, so 200 megabits per second. So horrible performance, both on the SD cards and the SSD. I'm going to show you guys what the SSD does. Plug directly in. I'm going to see if this also has that hesitation. I don't remember it, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this out and get back into here. Pick that same file, copy on my iPad. I am getting it. The lag isn't as much though. You see there's a few seconds versus a few minutes. We're using the SSD versus SD cards. It might be building like a file index. I don't know. So I'm going to okay, so I'm going to paste. It'll say keep. I'm going to keep both. I'm right here. So about 6.5 seconds to give you guys an idea. Transfer speeds. So what do I like about this? I think I'm going to go with the dongle one. It seems for me to be the best because it's not as sensitive if I'm using a case as far as coming loose. Definitely need something faster. This isn't going to work. I don't recommend this because of the transfer speeds. Now, it's on me that I missed that it didn't have a charging port. May or may not be important to you, but transfer speeds are important to everyone, I would think. So for that, I would not recommend this. I paid $20 at the time, but Amazon, their prices seem like they changed more than now than they ever did. Hope this helps you guys out. And these got really good reviews. I think it's because people aren't testing to see if they're really getting the true throughput out of them. It's unfortunate. A lot of times I do favorable reviews just because it's things I've kept, but I figured I'd start lacing some of these ones that don't work out so that maybe it can help you, that if you're looking for this one or the other one on Amazon, that instead of seeing all the positive reviews, you see some of the negative or critical reviews. And it really helps inform your decision on what to buy. So hope this helps someone, and thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.